things you have to do, like kind of act afraid, be a coward in certain
Hmm.
situations. Randy Orton should never be a coward. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, like he's Randy Orton.
right.
He shouldn't have to.
He shouldn't have to cheat. He should. He's that good. So I think it'd be better if he was a face. And talking wise, he's not that great right now. I
I mean, like that's like something you can like you either have it or you don't, but you can at least improve.
and he's always been okay at it, but he's never been
Yeah.
at the level
He
of
should work with Paul
Cena.
Heyman.
And that's why it works so well with Brock, because Brock can't talk a lick.
He just sits there. He just stands there, takes up
But
space.
Brock is an amazing athlete. He's just a giant. So, you add that and but you can't really talk. So then you give him Paul Heyman, who's the best talker in the game, and it's perfect.
It's genius. It's just genius. Gotta love Paul Heyman.
And I don't know if you've read or heard anything, but rumors have it that they're going to keep the title around his waist until WrestleMania.
That would be interesting. But it's like if they're gonna keep the title with him and then it's just up at pay-per-views. I mean, like most of the time the title is just up at pay-per-views anyway. But Brock Lesnar is a hired gun. He's like a mercenary.
Well, I mean,
So
like, okay, for instance, you're right. Like when Cena had the title, even though yes, he only defended the title at pay-per-views, you saw his face all the time. He
yeah,
was in tag matches or six-man tag matches.
yeah, you saw him wrestle. I mean, Brock Lesnar, you only see him at
Brock's there
pay-per-views.
maybe twice a month, maybe even less. And I don't know if you caught it, but Cena mentioned that in his promo on Monday.
Hmm.
Said something about like, if he's done with this vacation, he can come and I'll fight him. Otherwise, I'm gonna fight you, Paul.
Yeah,
So, yeah, even Cena Khan got that little jab in there, like, yeah, where are you?
yeah.
You're not on TV right now.
Oh, I agree. I agree. It's very true. Okay, can we talk about the
Um,
divas for a second? I
the
have like a.
same thing with, oh yes,
Okay, go ahead. We can
no,
visit
no,
the
no,
divas in
no,
a minute.
no,
No,
Divas. Let's
no.
talk.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, Natty, Natalia.
Hmm.
I feel like they mismanage her as well. I mean, the list of mismanaged talent. Like, I would have put her on that list.
You think she should be more of the show?
I think she should be more of the show. I think she should get a little bit more like recognition. I mean, like if you like, I'm an e junkie, and Total Divas, Natty always gets saddled with like she got stuck like mentoring Rosa Mendez
Ugh.
this time. I mean, she needs to go by the way, to get her assimilated back into like the WWE culture. But I mean, Natty, she has a lot of talent, and she's a heart.
Yeah.
She comes from the Hart family. I mean, like she's like legacy wrestling, and she's relegated to tag team matches with Rosa, like Rosa Mendez. I mean, I feel like she needs like more. I mean, like she should be a Divas champion every once in a while, instead of this Paige AJ Lee thing.
They they
I don't know what they're doing with Natalia.
they gave her a push like maybe 2 years ago, and then I don't know what happened where they just went away from it. And it see, still love the AJ and Paige thing. I think that could go on forever.
It could go on forever.
I love those
So
two, and I think they work well against each other, work well with each other. But I do agree with you. There's not a lot of divas that to me are very talented. Natty to me is one.
Natty is one. Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
there's not enough time on Raw, which is why I brought up
I mean,
a
like
few
that's. I
weeks
mean,
ago.
like
I think the divas should have their own wrestling show, an hour long show on the network.
I mean,
You have a
like they. I think they
platform.
seem to do more like on NXT with the divas.
Yeah, which is good.
They, which is fine. I mean, like that's a good platform for them. I think Natty gets more play, but like when you go mainstream with it, and like I think one match on Raw is perfectly fine for the divas. But I
But
mean,
if
it's always like the
they can't
same
even
two.
get better if they like even the ones that are bad.
Yeah,
They can't get better if they're getting one
Like Eva Marie.
yeah, well, no, she can't get, she's oh my God, she's awful. But anyways, um you can't get better with 1 5 minute match a week on Raw.
True. Well, I mean, and I think that's like why they do more on like NXT with them or main event because they at least like main event's like an hour,
would you
and they at least usually have one main event.
would you as a Divas fan, would you watch a 1 hour Divas wrestling show?
I don't know if there's enough with the divas to build a whole hour.
Well, I mean, don't forget, in an hour, I mean, you're gonna have, you know, a good 20 minutes of it is gonna be talking and promos.
True.
It just, and obviously they could build the roster then.
They could build a roster then and then move them. I mean, like bounce them from show to show, which I mean they do with everybody. But I mean, there is not like enough quality divas. I mean, I guess Charlotte from NXT, which I guess she's Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, like she's been wrestling Natty a lot on NXT. So I guess I mean in that way, if you had more quality divas who had a little bit more talent, I think building a 1 hour divas show, I mean, is a possibility, but until they get more talent instead of TNA, for more or less.
Yeah.
I mean, like with because I mean, Rosa Mendez can't wrestle, Eva Marie can't wrestle. I mean, there's a whole like list of them who can't wrestle. Summer Rae is a moron.
Definitely the list of the
I just heard
Divas.
to leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave Summer Rae alone.
I agree with whoever said that. Um,
that
and that also goes
was Ryan.
that also that also goes for Lena. Please don't say anything bad about Lena either. Um, even her fake Russian accent. Uh,
Oh God, Mamania,
you know where she's from, right?
Ruth. Where is
She's
she
from
from?
Florida. She's a model from Florida.
Florida. But that's
But
like
it's a
where they
good
farm a
character.
lot of. Yeah, it's a good character. It's pretty impressive.
But yeah, no, I just think you're right. Most of them are bad, but I think it would help them become better if they had their own wrestling show. Um, and I mean, being you have basically a channel all
Yeah,
to yourself, you could. Uh, I mean, they replay a ton of stuff, so you give them.
well, they do. I mean, like, so if you had like an hour of divas, I'm like, it's not going to cut into your repeat of Legends House that's on demand
Or
anyway.
what's the one with like the cartoon?
Oh, Slam City.
Yeah, have you watched that yet?
I have not watched that yet.
Come on, you and Ryan have to sit down and
Well, there's always tomorrow. During bottle time, we'll have
there you go.
some Slam City.
Yeah, but and then what I was gonna bring up before was the Reigns and Orton had another match on Monday, which was kind of put an end to that rivalry too, which I thought was weird how they were just kind of on Monday they were like, hey, let's just end all these storylines right now.
Yeah, it was like, oh, season, new season. I mean, like you'd think you'd come into a new season with fresh storylines or moving your storylines forward instead of revisiting storylines you're trying to kill.
Did you
I,
did
I
you
just,
find it weird that they kept like bringing up the fact like, hey, it's a new season?
yeah,
Like,
I was like, all
well,
right. I'm
you
like, you
were
guys have seasons?
so last week was the season finale. There was a
Yeah,
pretty
I'm like,
piss poor season finale.
true story.
And
True story.
like what separates us? I don't know. I don't understand what separates a season. And I just think it was kind of weird that their season premiere coincided with the first Monday Night Football of the year.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, like, they got to compete with Monday Night Football.
Like if
And,
that was your idea to like, oh, we'll steal fans from football by calling this a season premiere, yet you're stupid. You know?
oh, yeah, it was just bad.
So
I mean, like, it's just, I mean, like, had they moved things forward and, like, had a couple of fresh things, it would have been fine. But I don't believe it was a good idea.
He wasn't even on the show, was he?
He was
How do you have a
not. There
season
was no
premiere with
believing.
without Bo Dallas?
I mean, like, I don't like Bo Dallas, but I find him comical. I mean, like, he's just. It's just he's so weird.
Well, I the reason why I do
He,
like him is because he is comical, and his wrestling's getting a little bit better. Um,
but and I like when he went off the reservation
it-
and like got beat by R-Truth and just went
well,
crazy.
it started with what he was saying to R-Truth before that match. How like he just came out like you have a lot of losses. Like that's where he first got me. Like
Yeah,
that's kind of where I became a fan. And then his uh since then what he's been saying to Jack Swagger, how you let the entire country down. I
he did.
just, and he's been kind of sticking it to him constantly on that. I kind of like that too. So yeah, I'm a believer now.
I don't be a boner, Dr. Brando.
Yeah, I mean he's better than Adam Rose. Adam Rose.
Oh, I enjoy Adam Rose for his like just insanity. Like he's just a train wreck.
I really don't
It's
like
like
him
the
at all.
exotic express to like train wreckness. I mean, like you can't take your eyes off of it as it just gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah, well it almost
Like gun to
heights.
head, if I had to pick one of the like one of them, I would go with Adam Rose.
I feel like his whole what do you is that a posse? What do you call it?
It's like it is like kind of like a posse. It's like his
His
entourage.
entourage. I think all that kind of like when you think of Adam Rose, I put that all together. Like that is all Adam Rose. Like the bunny is Adam Rose. That weird lemon drop
Like,
thing is Adam Rose.
oh yes, don't be a lemon, be a rosebud.
Yeah, I'm a rosebud. Whatever.
You're a rosebud. You're gonna be a lemon because you don't like
Or no, yeah,
him.
sorry, I'm a lemon.
Yes, you're a
A
lemon.
rosebud
I'm
sounds
a
like a bad
rosebud.
thing though, doesn't it?
It does.
It's like a thorn.
It does. Oh, Sandow. Oh, hey, I like that one. I heard a talk more Sandow.
Yes. What do you think of his new?
Damien
Yes.
Mizdow.
What do you think of the new character that is Damien Mizdow?
I'm kind of enjoying it. I mean, like, finally, like, he has, like, something. Because I like Damien Sandow. I feel like he just doesn't have a.
It's not ideal,
But it's
but at
something.
least
Gotta start
he's
somewhere.
yes, at least he has now a constant character, at least for a couple weeks now. Where
Yeah.
yeah, so I just wish he would break off on his own and
And do his own thing.
yeah, but I don't know. They
I
they
don't
don't
know.
they
Yeah.
don't see it that way.
I like it. That's the thing is, like, they have talent, and it's just so, like, their creative team is just not good, or like they don't see
They've had
opportunities.
better times. They've had better.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get that it ebbs and flows, but I mean, like, this is, I'm like, they're like missing out. I'm like, come on, guys, you're missing out here,
Yeah,
big time.
definitely missing out. Guys like Cesaro. I just
Cesaro too. I mean, like, Cesaro's an excellent wrestler. I mean, he's got skill, but he just, I mean, like, they don't know what to do with him either.
yeah. I think his time will come eventually, but they sure are taking their time on him.
I agree. I agree.
Anything else?
I think I'm good. Do you have any more talk more Mizdow or any requests from the peanut gallery?
No.
Oh, we got to know.
No.
Yeah, he's got we've got all of our talking points in, I guess.
Get Seamus off my television.
Oh yes.
Wait,
Oh, get
why is
Seamus off the
Sheamus?
television.
Oh, I thought you meant he's on the television right now. Is it just a white
No,
screen? Because that's not.
no.
It might not be Sheamus. It might just be like a piece of paper or something.
Seamus and I are very similar in color, but I mean, oh geez, I don't know how one stays that white. Like him and Paige must. I mean, they must like get in coffins and get like driven from
My
place to
wife
place.
thinks that Paige is like painted white. She's like she can't be that color naturally. She thinks it's like body paint or something.
I saw a photo of her, and she's pretty
She is.
pale.
No, I've seen like model photos of her,
Yeah.
photos where she's modeling, and yeah, she's pale. definitely.
I mean, like she's pretty pale. I'm like to be that pale is like a. I mean, like you gotta try. Like, well,